One of the great things about the internet is that people just don't know what they're talking about. There's a whole host of people commenting on stuff and they don't get it. They just don't understand what it is they're talking about. I'm one of them. I love going on the internet and finding information about something I didn't know existed. And my job is something that I didn't know existed, not only when I was starting out in life, but when I started in photography. I'm a food, still life photographer, food, drinks, and the odd table. And of course, food photography exists. And if you're watching this, you of course know that. But for some reason, it hadn't occurred to me. Furthermore, when I started in food photography, I thought food photography was fancy food. It was oysters, massive steaks, chickens that have been fed corn, all sorts of beautiful, elaborate things. I can't relate to that. I come from the estate. I don't know. When I say the estate, not the estate with pheasants, the estate where you find the little gas canisters and burnt out cars. It's a very different world for me. I'm not aware, well, I am aware of that world, but I'm not in that world. That's not the world for me. And I make thousands of pounds every year photographing everyday objects. And what the internet has told me is, you guys don't know about it. And I want to bring you in on this because maybe, hopefully, as I'm talking about it, in your head you go, oh my word, I can go and do this as a job. Maybe not exactly what I'm doing, but maybe it triggers something and you go, no one's doing this. Let me show you, hang on. I've got some prints down here. It's been portfolio showing time. This is a picture that gets a lot of hate. This is a picture of some gummy lips. You know, that are like gummy. I've got light flashing on. Maybe I should have done this in post. But we've got prints now, so. Everyone's like, yeah, that's great, Scott. That's just a sweet on a piece of paper. Yeah, for sure. For sure it is. But it's a red sweet on a red piece of paper. I've never seen it before. And it's a perfect pair of lips. Now, this is just a sweet. They're called penny sweets over here. They cost a penny, which I guess is like a cent. Don't know. Definitely not a euro. It's like less than a euro. And it's nothing fancy. It's not going to be in some great restaurant. You find it on the local corner store. This one didn't print well. These are why they're out of the box, because they didn't print well. Jam and crisp sandwich. This is a 1990s school lunchbox icon. This is where you get your crisps, you get the jam sandwich your mum made, and you smash them together. You got salt and vinegar crisps, raspberry jam, delicious. Very everyday. Gummy bears. This is my portfolio, by the way. I've been out in London at the agencies. Gummy bears. Very simple. You know, nothing fancy. I've got stacks of images, everyday items, shot in a very simple and clean way. And photographers out there, rightly so, are like, yeah, but where's your 55-point lighting setup and your weird post-production and whatever it is? Nobody cares about this who's buying a penny sweet. And let's talk about where the money is in food photography. It's not in some elaborate sort of expensive Michelin-star restaurant. They don't have huge budgets because they don't need them. We recently ate at John's House, which is like the local fancy restaurant to us. It's a 3-month waiting list to get a table. They have no interest in paying a photographer because they're fully booked. McDonald's, on the flip side, my dream clients, I should have shot for them by now, but I still haven't. But McDonald's, they advertise. They want you to come in and buy their burger. And they spend a fortune. Millions of pounds per year on photography. Haribo spend a fortune. Coca-Cola. Check out my cool Coca-Cola shoot. Inside the bottle, pouring out. They spend a fortune. Everyday items are very competitively marketed. Choosing the loaf of bread is a very important one. There's 20 loaves of bread in front of you. Marketing dictates what you buy. That is worth a lot of money. The everyday items in the supermarket are where the majority of the photographic marketing budget goes. Photographing elaborately expensive bits of meat does not make you money. Photographing a bucket of KFC does. And this is one of those things I hadn't, and as I'm telling you this, you're probably going, well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't know this. I had no idea. I was doing all the fancy, elaborate shots which look like they belong in Marks and Spencer's or Whole Foods. That is not where the business is. That is not where the money is. It's in the everyday items. Now, my particular style is very simple. Other people do very complex styles. And the way that this works is, when a big brand like this is going to do an advert, they will go, right, we've got £150,000 for the photography. We're going for this style. They want to get the photographer who shoots exactly like that brief. Not who touches on it in their portfolio. It's what they do. Tunnel vision, that's what they do. Because not only is it a fair amount of money they're paying, but also the return on investment from that photo shoot is worth millions. If they get it wrong, they lose millions. And they need to make sure they get that perfect person. It's why when you go to my commercial website, there's a cohesion to the work. You might not like it. You might think it's not as good as other styles. That's fine. That's not what this is about. The cohesion is there because when McDonald's, Haribo, Wall's Ice Cream go, we want it like this, and it aligns with my style of work, they come to me. I'm not looking for a photo shoot every week. I'm looking for maybe one a month on a busy year because the budgets are so big. I don't need a weekly shoot. Of course, it'd be great. I'd be absolutely minted, but that's not how this industry works. What I'm looking for is the big shoot where they want it shot exactly how I do it. When clients come to me, they come to me for my style of work. Not because I'm a food photographer or a drinks photographer, but because I shoot food, specifically this type of food, in this style. That's what I do. That's why they come to me. And that's how photographing ordinary, everyday objects makes a career for me. I'd love to know what it is that you think you could do. Maybe there's an everyday object that you just think just isn't marketed well. Maybe there's a style of what I do that you think no one else is doing. Because the trick to this career at the commercial level, this is not for everybody, but at the commercial level, is that your work needs to look like you shot it and nobody else. If you start copying another photographer's style, you then just increase the competition for your work. If you have your own style, when they want it, it's like, well, we want you or you because you're the only person who's mastered this style, who really understands it. Being a jack of all trades doesn't work in this particular type of work. Sure, there's other areas where it can be really useful, but for us commercial people, we just need to be the expert at exactly what it is that we do. I hope this has cleared things up for you. I hope it's given you some great inspiration to go and do something yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.